The 2026 Chevrolet Silverado Duramax diesel is a truck that has always attracted diesel lovers and heavy-duty users alike. Built on the promise of high torque, long-haul efficiency, and class-leading towing capability, the Duramax variant of the Silverado has historically been seen as a go-to option for those needing serious workhorse power with daily usability. However, despite its impressive engine specs and GM's confidence in its diesel lineup, the 2026 model year has stirred a surprising amount of criticism from both owners and industry experts. Reliability problems, engine issues, and frustrating emission system failures are becoming far too common, leaving many to wonder, is this truly the dependable diesel beast it claims to be? What makes the Silverado Duramax diesel so appealing? At the heart of the 2026 Silverado Duramax is a 3.0-liter inline-six turbo diesel engine. This powertrain produces 305 horsepower and a robust 495 pound-feet of torque, making it one of the strongest diesel options in its class. For truck buyers focused on towing heavy trailers, long-distance hauling, or maximizing fuel efficiency under load, these numbers matter. Chevrolet designed this truck to cater to both personal and commercial users, and it shows. The Duramax delivers smooth acceleration, surprisingly quiet operation for a diesel, and excellent highway manners. Many early reviewers praised its blend of traditional truck toughness with modern refinement. With towing capabilities exceeding 13,000 pounds when properly equipped, the 2026 Duramax was supposed to dominate in the diesel half-ton market. In fact, it started out strong, receiving accolades from both mainstream reviewers and diesel specialists for its torque delivery and balanced ride. Early reliability warnings from real owners. Despite the great specs and initial praise, issues began surfacing just months into ownership for many drivers. Forums, dealership techs, and independent shops began reporting a range of problems, some isolated, others widespread. The most prominent issue? Unexpected reliability failures. Drivers who expected bulletproof performance from their Silverado diesels started noticing a pattern. Sluggish acceleration, strange idling, warning lights flashing too often, and worst of all, major component failures at worryingly low mileage. One of the first reliability complaints came from a Colorado-based owner who reported loss of power while towing a medium-sized trailer. Upon inspection, the dealership found faulty sensors that needed replacement. A month later, the problem returned. Another owner in Texas described having to replace the entire diesel particulate filter system before hitting 15,000 miles. That sort of failure is not only rare, but it's also extremely expensive out of warranty. The transmission. Smooth it isn't. Another common point of frustration among owners involves the 10-speed automatic transmission. While smooth and precise under normal conditions, many 2026 Silverado Duramax owners are reporting erratic shifting behavior, hesitation when accelerating, and even slipping between gears. For a truck in this class, that's unacceptable. These trucks are designed for people who tow, haul, and rely on their vehicles daily. Any transmission flaw puts not just convenience but job performance at risk. Technicians familiar with GM transmissions suggest that these problems may not be purely mechanical. Some point to software mapping that is overly aggressive, confusing gear selection under variable loads. Others believe there may be issues with the torque converter or clutch packs in early production units. Regardless of the cause, owners are understandably frustrated, especially when dealers struggle to replicate or diagnose these problems in a timely manner. The emission system, too smart for its own good. One of the key challenges of modern diesel engines is complying with emissions regulations. To achieve compliance, automakers install complex systems like diesel exhaust fluid (DEF) injectors, diesel particulate filters (DPFs), and selective catalytic reduction (SCR) units. While these systems work well in theory, they require extreme precision. On the 2026 Silverado Duramax, many owners are experiencing smoke emissions, frequent system faults, and DEF system warnings, even when using the correct fluids and driving in normal conditions. One Michigan-based contractor noted that after just 12,000 miles, his Silverado entered limp mode on a worksite due to an emissions system fault. The dealership had to flush the entire DEF system and replace several sensors. Another driver shared that their engine emitted excessive white smoke after startup, leading to a cascade of warning lights and eventual DPF replacement. In many cases, these failures result in expensive repairs and serious downtime. According to diesel service professionals, these issues may stem from software calibration mismatches, poor fuel quality compatibility, or even sensor failures caused by vibration and heat cycles. Premature engine wear, rare but concerning. Duramax diesels have traditionally been known for their long life, with many engines crossing the 300,000-mile mark. That's why it's especially concerning to hear about premature engine failure in newer models. Some 2026 owners have reported serious internal engine problems well before hitting the 30,000-mile mark, including fuel injector failures, oil pressure issues, and excessive carbon buildup in the intake system. In the diesel world, early failures like this are not just rare, they're alarming. Diesel engines are engineered for high-load, long-distance use. If engine components begin failing this early in the truck's life, it calls into question the reliability of the entire platform. A diesel repair specialist based in Arizona noted that several 2026 Silverados were brought in with metal shavings in the oil, a sign of internal wear that could lead to full engine teardown. The hidden problems: software glitches and electrical gremlins. Today's trucks rely on more computer systems than ever before. Unfortunately, the 2026 Silverado Duramax appears to be plagued with a number of software glitches and electronic malfunctions that complicate ownership even further. Common complaints include false warning lights, resetting infotainment systems, remote start failures, and even problems with engine control modules, ECMs, triggering erratic behavior in both the engine and transmission. One technician noted that some Silverado ECMs were logging false DPF clogging alerts, forcing unnecessary dealer visits. Over-the-air updates are being rolled out by GM, but they don't always fix the core problems. Some owners have had to visit their dealership multiple times to reflash or reset the truck's main computer. This might seem like a minor issue, but when your truck won't start due to a software bug, it's a real problem. Expert opinions: what the pros are saying. Industry professionals are also beginning to speak out about the problems facing the 2026 Silverado Duramax. One diesel mechanic with over 20 years of experience pointed out that GM may have rushed emissions compliance systems without thoroughly testing them under real-world stress. The result? Systems that fail too often, requiring complicated and expensive repairs. Another GM-certified technician explained that while the Duramax Inline 6 is a strong design, many of the failures seen in the 2026 model may be due to component sourcing and inconsistent assembly quality at certain production plants. Truck journalists who previously praised the Duramax platform are now urging caution. While some still believe it's one of the best driving diesels in the segment, they acknowledge that long-term reliability is currently a major question mark. How it stacks up to the competition. While the Silverado Duramax may have superior torque and impressive towing specs, competitors are beginning to close the gap, and in some cases exceed it with better reliability and fewer reported failures. The Ram 1500 EcoDiesel, although slightly down on power, has shown better consistency in real-world use. Toyota's hybrid-powered Tundra iForce Max, while not a diesel, delivers even more torque with less maintenance complexity, making it a smart alternative for users who prioritize performance and reliability over diesel-specific advantages. Ford's Powerstroke V6 diesel was phased out, largely due to tightening emissions regulations and shifting market demand. Yet its departure left GM with an opportunity, one that they may be at risk of squandering if these reliability concerns go unaddressed. Owner costs and long-term outlook. It's also important to consider cost of ownership. Diesels already come with a price premium, both at purchase and during ownership. When you factor in potential out-of-warranty repairs, DEF refills, and emission system service, the cost adds up fast. If your Duramax runs perfectly, it's a fantastic long-haul companion. But if you end up one of the unlucky owners with a problematic unit, expect higher shop bills, longer service wait times, and major frustration. Some owners are already considering trading in their trucks or pursuing lemon law claims, while others are hoping that future software updates will correct the system faults. Is the 2026 Silverado Duramax worth it? At the end of the day, the 2026 Silverado Duramax diesel offers a compelling package. On paper, the engine's torque, towing power, and refined performance make it one of the most desirable diesel half-ton trucks in its class. But unfortunately, these strong specs are being overshadowed by persistent mechanical, electronic, and emissions-related problems. Until GM offers a more permanent fix or announces a formal recall for specific issues, buyers may want to proceed with caution. For those committed to the Duramax, be sure to keep up with maintenance, software updates, and dealer bulletins. If you haven't yet purchased, take the time to research owner experiences and consider whether a competitor might offer better peace of mind. Final thoughts. The 2026 Silverado Duramax diesel had the potential to be a best-in-class diesel truck. With unbeatable torque and highway efficiency, it checked all the right boxes for hard-working drivers. But with growing reports of engine problems, transmission issues, unreliable emission systems, and software malfunctions, it's clear that GM may have missed the mark this time around. If Chevrolet wants to maintain its reputation in the diesel truck segment, they'll need to respond quickly. Not just with software patches, but with serious mechanical fixes, better component quality control, and clearer communication with dealerships and customers alike. Until then, the 2026 Silverado Duramax remains a high-risk, high-reward option, a truck that's brilliant when it works, but burdensome when it doesn't.